Hello guys, thank you all for attending this workshop with me today. I am going to go over some budgeting guidelines. I know when we're trying to get our financial life together for whether it's to purchase a home or to just, buy a more dependable car like a new car or just trying to get our life together where we're not living paycheck to paycheck. One of the most important thing is to create a budget. And I know sometimes that can be hard if you've never created a budget before, if you were never taught about budgeting or how to even start or where to start. So I wanted to just bring some budgeting guidelines to show you guys how to successfully manage your budget using your take-home pay. Um, Again, I know how hard it is, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. You can't see how to even budget because most of your money is already gone. And so I just wanted to try to clear some things up to kind of get you to a starting place because most of the important steps is you have to create that budget first. And then once you create that budget, you have to discipline yourself to follow it. So let's get started. I don't want to take too much of your time tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section. I want to go through these slides first before I answer any comments. But if something comes to your mind and you have any questions, leave those in the comment and then I'll come back and answer those later. If I don't get a chance, if I run out of time before I answer your questions, I will reach back out to you and you know, answer the questions that you put in the comment section. Okay, guys, thank you all again for attending this webinar. Share this with your friends because it's going to be on replay, so you can share this with your friends, and I'll also upload it to my YouTube channel so you can go back and watch it later. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to take the video out so you won't see my face, but you will hear my voice. Okay, and then at the end I'll come back so you can actually see me talking. All right, guys. So, budgeting guidelines by PBS Financial Coaching and Services. This is my business, and I am your presenter tonight, Angenett Curry. I am the owner and operator of uh, Perspective Vision Solutions, and PBS Financial Coaching and Services is one of the businesses that is under that umbrella. Okay. So tonight we're going to learn how to successfully manage your budget using your take-home pay. Now, the purpose of creating a budget is to get a handle on your spending. Creating order in your life starts with creating a budget. This is the underlying cause of debt and creates poor living standards. If you can control your spending, you can control your financial future. The most important aspect of budgeting is to not overspend. You must train yourself not to take from another account because you need the money. This is very hard and depressing at times because you will get to the point where you will need gas money, lunch money, or bill money, and you feel you must use money out of another account to pay for it. This is where tough love comes, and you must give yourself the talk and go without until your next pay period. Now, the purpose, okay. Now, the reason why you are receiving this information is because you are tired of living a life of debt. I too was in a bad situation and I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was drowning in debt, and every time I got paid, my money was gone. Like every penny would go towards bills and payday loans. I didn't have money left over to cover me until the next payday. If you want a different outcome, you must do different things to make the outcome different. Now, the next few slides are going to show you how budgeting works and where you want to be. Okay, let's get started. One out of three Americans don't use a budget. 22 and under, ages 22 and under, 50% of them use budgets. Ages 23 to 38 years old, 74% use a budget. 39 to 54 years old, only 67% uses a budget. 55 and older, 67% uses a budget. Now, as you can see, the older you get, the more conservative you are with your money. The younger you are, you're doing frivolous spending, impulse shopping, you're just spending money. Because I know 22-year-olds, 25-year-olds, they're getting assistance from their parents or family member that can help them. So they got more discretionary income to where they can just blow. The older you get, um, the more things you have. Like you start getting a car, insurance, houses, apartments. So most of that money is going towards your expenses. So you don't have that extra flow that you can use. Now, yes, 97% agree that they need a budget but did not use one. 34% agree that they need to do a better job at budgeting, and all agree that budgeting is necessary to get out of debt. Do you think budgeting is too time consuming? Not everyone who budgets will be successful because a budget is only a guideline, guys. It's only a guideline. It takes honesty to set a reasonable budget and discipline to stick to it. Most people who do a budget report a positive experience. Some people that budget believe that small purchases don't matter, so they don't add them to their budgets, which causes an oversight in what is really spent. And what that means is like when you go to the store, you get a bag of chips, you get Cokes. You don't add those things in your budget of gum, things like that, but it does add up. Just think how many Cokes you buy a day, how many bags of chips, gum, uh, donuts, coffee. We don't add those things to our budget, but it does add up at the end of the month. Most couples argue over budget restrictions and find it frustrating to talk about spending habits. 22% of consumers think that budgeting is too time consuming, and 39% stop budgeting over time because they claim that they don't make enough money to successfully keep a budget. And I know from my personal experience, I experienced this because I just felt like it wasn't worth it. I was, you know, going paycheck to paycheck. It just didn't seem like nothing would add up. I was, just looking at the money that I'm supposed to have but didn't have it, and then trying to apply that towards my budget, it just didn't add up. So I just quit. I quit several times. Now let's do the math. The average mortgage is $136,000. The average credit card debt is $16,000. The average student loan debt is $51,000. I know today is more. Today I would say between $50,000 and $100,000 is the average student loan debt today. So the average auto loan is $29,000, and that's to get a new car. Depending on your credit score, it may be more depending on what credit score you have. The average monthly rent is between $650 to $800, and I know today that is not typical. I know right now a one bedroom is probably $800. And then you're getting a three bedroom is going to be between $1,200 and $1,500. Average monthly utility bill is between $150 and $200. Average grocery bill is between $200 and $400 depending on how many people you have in your family. Average cost for auto gas is between $100 and $130. Now this is typical. It may be more depending on how far you have to travel, okay, for work and other things. What is an ideal budget? What do you think an ideal budget is? So let's take a look at this chart. So it says that 25 to 35% of your check should go towards housing. Okay, 2% to 5% should only go towards clothing. How many of you guys spend maybe 20% of your income every pay period on shopping, buying shoes and clothes? And sometimes you spend more than that. Um, but it says that you're only supposed to spend between 2 to 5% on clothing a month. Okay, these are monthly rates, monthly percentages. Medical, 5 to 10%. Utilities, 5 to 10%. And this is your lights, your water, gas. Utilities should only add up to be 5 to 10%. Now, if it's more than 10% of your take-home pay, then you may want to look into getting them to check your meter if your light bill is high, your water, to check to see if you got any leaks. There are some things that you can do to your home. You can winterize your home to kind of make your light bill lower and things like that. Recreation, you should only spend 5 to 10% on recreation. Personal, 5 to 10%. Giving back. 10 to 15%. Now, this is tithes too, your tithes. Paying tithes should only be 10 to 15% of your income. Transportation is 10 to 15%. And that means that you should only spend 10 to 15% of your income on a new car, okay? Some of you guys I know spend more than that, but this is just a ratio to show you that if you're spending more than 10% of your income on your car note, then over, you're going over your budgeted amount, okay? Savings 10 to 15%, food 10 to 15%. So eating out is included in this. Now, you should only purchase 15%, up to 15% of your home income, your monthly income on food. If you're going over 15%, then you're overspending on food. So you may want to cut back on that. Insurance is 10 to 20%. Okay, guys, and that's your home insurance, car insurance, any type of insurance should be add up to be 10 to 20% of your take-home pay. Don't look at me like that. I know some of y'all seen that chart and was like, what? I ain't nowhere in the world that I'm only spending that amount of money, okay, and still have money to eat on and stuff like that. I know what you're saying. Don't look at me like that. But these are typical amounts, and it can work for you if you discipline yourself and do what you need to do to make it happen. But it can work, okay? It can work. So, guys, don't look at me like that. Now, let's look at your budget. I want you guys to pull up the sheet I think that I sent you guys. If you don't have it, inbox me and I'll send you a copy of this sheet um, to show where you can plug in and see exactly how much you're supposed to be spending on all of those things that I just named. And what you'll do is put your total monthly income. This is your take home pay after taxes, okay? Now, we're just going to use, somebody bringing home $1,800 a month. If you're getting paid twice a week, you're going to add both of your take-home pay up. If you're getting paid weekly, that would be 4 checks. If you're getting paid monthly, of course, that's 1 check. So what you're going to do is look at your take-home pay. You're going to add all that up, and then that's your total right there. So this person's scenario is making $1,800 a month. This is typical, okay, for most of you guys. This is going to be a typical amount. So $1,800 a month. Savings, 10% of $1,800 is $180. That means that they got to put back $180. And I know some of you guys was like, ain't no way I can put back $180 out of $1,800. Yes, you can. I'm finna show you how to do it. I'm about to show you how to do this, okay? Utilities. You're only supposed to be paying $180 a month on utilities. I know, guys, your light bill is ridiculously high, but like I said, there are some things that you can do to get your utility bills lower. You can adjust your thermostat, maybe invest in a new thermostat, or talk to um, um, your the person that you're renting from. Talk to them to see what you could do. Winterize your home, put things around the windows to to keep the heat in and to keep the air in. So there's some things that you can do. Insurance, you're only supposed to pay $180 a month on insurance. Giving $180, guys. Clothing, $90 a month. Now, I want you to think about this because I know some of you guys are spending way more than this on clothing or shoes or personal items that you're going shopping with. You're only supposed to, if you're making $1,800, and you calculate this yourself, look at your income and see how much you're overspending, because I know clothing is our biggest problem, that when we go out and we go shopping, we always overspend. I know I did. That one right there was tough for me to get down to 5%. That was really tough. But now I can do it with no problem. I don't shop as much as I used to. I know one time I would tell people my car, every pay period, my car used to actually drive me to Ross. Ross was my favorite store because they were cheap. They had really nice designer clothes. You can get designer shoes for cheap. That was the best place to go. Do you hear me? But I had to curb my cravings, and I had to curb, because my addiction to shopping, I had to curb my addiction to impulse shopping so I can get this down to 5%. And now that I am very proud of myself because I have money left over in my budget. Recreation, 5%. That means hanging out with friends, eating out, things like that. Uh, 90%, $90, guys. $90 is all. If you're making $1,800, so again, you'll be amazed at, once you do this calculation, you'll be like, ain't no way. I'm a lot of us overspend, and we don't even know we overspend because we never had anybody to make us look at this. How many of you guys honestly has sat down and thought about how much you're actually spending, or if you are overspending? Now, with this chart, with this, you can actually see where your money is going. You can see where your money is going. Housing, 35%, $630. Transportation, $270. Medical, $90. Food, $270. Personal, $180. Debt, $270. Now, housing and transportation, we always overspend. And how you can get these numbers down to where you see them now is by having good credit, guys. You gotta fix your credit. You have to work on your credit. This only works for people that is working towards building a better life for themselves, which means that they're creating a budget, they're getting their credit together, they're paying down their bills, and you can do this with discipline. It works. It really works. Now, I want you to develop a frugal attitude about this. Decide today that you're going to do whatever it takes to break away from debt. Okay? Think. Think, guys. How would it feel to live a life of freedom, to do whatever you want, whenever you want it, without having to check your bank account? Think about that. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and think. If I wanted to go up and spend a weekend in Florida, how would I be able to produce that without having to look into my bank account without having to go and check to see how much money I got? How can I produce that? Think about that. Crunch your numbers and be willing to cut out impulse shopping. Stop getting up, going to these places, knowing that you're spending your bill money to do it. Okay? Stop hanging out with friends, knowing that you're spending your bill money. Stop agreeing to go on these vacations, knowing that you're spending your bill money to do it. You have to cut this thing out. You're going to have to. You got to do whatever it takes, guys. Create a financial vision board to keep you focused and inspired. When I created my first vision board, I didn't think too much of it. Honestly, I slid it under my bed when I got done with it because I just felt like I just did it because I saw some people doing it on TV, and I was like, let me check this out and see if it really works. I would say about 6 months later, I ended up having to look up under my bed for some shoes that I usually put shoes under my bed, and I was looking for some shoes and I noticed my vision board. So I pulled it out and I looked on the vision board. Guys, I kid you not, I had completed about 3 or 4 things on that vision board and didn't even know it. So it really works by creating a vision board. I'm telling you, this I have now, since then, I have created 4 vision boards, and I wouldn't do it any other way. I wouldn't do it any other way because it helps me. I put it in a place where I can see it every day. Every morning I wake up, I look at my vision board. When I'm walking through the house, sometimes I'll stop and just read the things that are on my vision board. Um, I'll sometimes, before I go to work, I'll go back there and look at my vision board because it helps when you have a tangible piece of something that you can look at to remind you of your goals every day. It really helps. Listen to affirmations, inspirational videos on YouTube, um, and give yourself some positive self-talk. You got to talk yourself through this. I had to. I will pull up affirmations on YouTube. I will go to sleep to it. I will wake up to it when I'm getting up when I'm getting ready for work, walking through the house. I will have inspirational video up in the morning time to keep me going, to keep me motivated, to keep me passionate about developing that frugal attitude. You got to. Commit to following your budget even if it doesn't work out the first try. Now, you guys are going to try this and it's not going to work out the first time. It may not work out the second time. It may not work out the third time. But keep working and editing where you need to in order to meet your budget every month. Keep working at it. Change what you need to change. Fix what you need to fix. Whatever you need to do, commit to it. Okay, don't go back, guys. Don't go back. Now, I want you to also think about getting caught up on your bills. So about meeting your budget, making sure that you have enough money. Write out a plan to make sure you are paying your bills on time. Purchase a wall calendar and write your bills due date on them. Place it in a place where you pass by it every morning before you go to work. And I have this, and I know it works because I've been doing this for about 3 years now. And I purchased a wall calendar so that way I can remind myself that I got bills to pay. Mine is in my kitchen. Also create reminders on your phone calendar to remind you of bills due date. This is very important because a lot of times we forget the cable bill, we forget the phone bill, we forget, and then they charge those late charges on there. I know with the utility bill, like the light bill and water bill, you may be in the middle of something or you forget to pay it, but if you set a reminder, I set mine's a day before the actual due date. on my phone. I set my reminders to make sure I do it a day before of the actual due date so I can get that ding on my phone to remind me and say, hey, your light bill's due tomorrow. You need to go ahead and pay it. So that way I have a day before instead of the day of to pay my bills. Okay. Pay credit cards twice a month. Pay first payment 15 days before due date and second payment 3 days before due date. It shows on your credit report as two payments, which raises your credit score more. It increases your credit score. I don't know, it's something about the algorithm by making two separate payments before the due date that it increases your credit score faster. My boyfriend and I has been doing this about 3 months now, and I'm telling y'all, his credit score jumped about 30 points, and mine jumped about 20 points. I mean, it's just something about it. I did a video, a YouTube video on this, so go to my YouTube channel and check out that video, guys. It tells you exactly how to do this, okay? So I want you to go to my YouTube channel and watch that video after this, so that way you can see how to make those two payments. I explained this in its entirety. I want you to open separate accounts for budgeted items and auto drafts, okay? And I'm going to show you more on how to do this. Now, this protects you from late payments and forgetting to pay your bills. If you set up different accounts for your budgeted items, it creates order and prevents you from tapping into another account for money that you want. So this keeps you from, digging into money that's allocated for something else. If you put it in separate accounts, it's harder for you to just go, okay, I'm just going to spend this money. Because if you got this money in one account, you're more than likely going to spend more than you need to. And you're going to end up spending some bill money, okay? Now, set up an account for each of your budgeted items. Let's see. Now, I think 7 separate accounts. And this is how you're going to set them up. You got a bills account with all your bills. This is the account that you pay all your bills, okay? You got an emergency account. This is your emergency fund. This is the money that you're putting back for your emergency, okay? You have a dreams account. This is your college, your business, home, wedding, whatever dream you have. This is where that money is going to go. Retirement account. This is your if you want to buy stocks, insurance, if you're trying to get, say, retirement income, if you want to buy rental houses, this is your retirement income right here. This is the money that you're going to set aside for that. Personal spending. This is eating out, hanging with friends, clubbing. I put my personal spending, I put clothes as part of my personal spending too. And I put all of that as part of my personal, anything personal that has nothing to do with my monthly bills, I put it in my personal account, okay? Groceries. I always separate my groceries from my bill because for some reason, if you're in the grocery store, and I have a separate card for just groceries that me and my boyfriend use for just groceries because I don't want to overspend. And I know if I get in the grocery store and I know I got that money, I'm going to overspend because I'm always going to see something that I want. Ooh, goody, new, something new, want you to try, and you just buy it, okay? So to keep yourself from overspending, create a groceries account, okay? Personal development. This is school, webinars, workshops, anything that you attend for, so it's personal development. Books. Buying books is personal development, people. Okay, this is where that money gonna go. And then you need a vacation account. A lot of people don't have this. A lot of people don't have a separate account where they put their vacation money, and so they end up dipping into another account, like your bills, your emergency, your dream. You're dipping into those accounts and taking money out of those accounts to go on vacation. Okay, I'm going to explain how to auto draft these accounts later. So guys, this is very important, okay? Now, there's different types of budgeting methods. I didn't know there were so many, okay? So we have a zero-based budget. This is allocating all your paycheck to expenses, savings, debt payment, leaving a zero balance. That means you're spending everything. You finding a place for all your money to go. You're not left with anything. At the end of when you get done with your budget, nothing is supposed to be left. You're allocating that money somewhere. Then we have the 50-30-20 budget. This is where you pay 50% to expenses, 30% to wants. That's dining out, vacations, cable, shopping, luxury. Yes, cable is a want. It's not a need. Okay, guys, you can live without cable. And then 20% to savings, emergency, dreams, and investments. These are your savings. So 20% should go towards emergency, dreams, and investments. Now, envelope budget. This is the envelope method. I did this for probably about 2 years, but it didn't really work for me because I don't like keeping cash. I like using my cards because if I keep cash, I'm gonna end up spending it on something. Somebody selling something, I'm gonna stop and buy it. So I don't like keeping cash because I always end up spending on something that I don't need. Okay, I always end up spending it. But the envelope budget is dividing expenses by writing them on envelope, like water bill, light bill, you know, insurance, car note. You putting all those things on envelopes, and then write down how much it is. If your car note is $300, so you're gonna put car note and then $300, and you're putting $300 cash in that envelope. So you're using cash to pay expenses on the envelope. Once the money is spent out of the envelope, that's all you have for that budget item for the month. You can't go in another envelope and take money out of another envelope because it's only allocated to that specific budget. Okay? Automatic budgeting, setting up different bank accounts and direct depositing the set budgeted amount monthly. I do this and I love this. I love doing automatic budgeting because I have one main account, and that main account is allocated to other different, like my bills account, my retirement account, my groceries account. So it's taking money out of that one account and funneling it to these other accounts. And when it's time for me to pay that bill, I got that money in there. Okay, so you're setting up different bank accounts and direct depositing in the set budgeted amount monthly. And then there's the 60-30-10 method. It's kind of like the 50-30-20, but it's just a bit different. It has the same um, outline, I would say. Like you take 60% for expenses, 30% for savings and retirement, and then 10% for fun and entertainment. And you can use that 10% for whatever you want. Okay. Traditional budgeting. Pay expenses from one account, hoping you don't go over. How many of y'all do this? You just got one account and you're paying everything out that one account, hoping that you don't go over. You don't have a savings or an investment account set up. You just got that one account. This is the most, I would say, this type of budgeting gets us in trouble because we don't have a method. There is no accountability. We could just do whatever we want to with that account, and I wouldn't suggest that. Now let's go over some budgeting tips. Okay, so I want you to be honest and tell yourself the truth. Own up to your current situation. Take a look at the hard facts. Understand where you are and why you got there, and accept it. Accept it, guys. Stop accumulating bad debt. Stop charging and going to these stores and getting these credit cards and not paying your bills because you don't want to, or you don't feel like paying it this week, or borrowing money when you know you don't have the money to pay it back. Okay, stop accumulating bad debt. Look over your bills, what you're paying out, and decide to cut your costs. Create a budget and a game plan. Live frugal, control, and handle your money. Make a list of all the debt that you owe. Write down everything to the letter, even the smallest thing, the cups of coffee, the gum, the chips, and things like that. Find out where your money is going. Very important, guys, very important. Consult with a certified bookkeeper. I have consulted. I mean, this saves you a lot, but if you can't afford a bookkeeper, it's okay. You can do this yourself, okay? You just have to sit down and do it. But a bookkeeper is an important part of your team, especially when you start um, retirement savings and things like that. Rich people have bookkeepers. You have to go. You have got to keep an accurate records of your money. Your job is to make money and keep up with it. Bookkeepers hold you accountable and make sure your numbers are right and make sure you don't go over. Very important. Before you pay anything, pay yourself first. I do the Mind Your Own Business Friday. Every Friday, I go over strategies and tips of how you can mind your own business. This is a savings account, budgeting, putting money back, investing in stocks, things like that to pay yourself first. Set it up to be automatically taken from your pay every pay period into a high yield savings account offering 2% or higher interest rate. Be consistent and don't stop no matter what comes up. Start out with as much as you can afford, then increasing it by 10% every year until you can afford 50% of your income. Now, I want you to Google pay yourself first and figure, Google that. Go to YouTube, how to pay myself first. What can I do to pay myself first? Also Google high yield savings account. A lot of times we put our money into a regular savings account, and you know how much that savings account pay you? 0.03%, not even 3 cents or something a month, 3 cents a month. If you get a high yield savings account, I know right now some banks are doing 2%, some banks are doing a little bit lower than 2%, but look at check your bank and ask if they have a high yield savings account. Mine is I have an online bank, and my percentage rate is, I believe, is 2% or a little bit lower than 2%. So depending on when you're watching this video, what year you're watching this video, check the high yield savings account, or you can Google it. Google high yield savings account, and they'll have different ones, and you just go with the higher ones, okay? The ones that offer the higher percentage. Budgeting tips continued. Make a visual picture of each debt you owe. Draw a cash flow quadrant for each debt. The upper left hand corner should be your debtor. This is like a T. You're going to make a T, okay? You're going to make a T, a cross, okay? You're doing it like a cross. So the upper left hand corner should be your debtor. On the right, put the total amount you owe. The bottom of the T left, the bottom left, and corner should be the minimum amount you pay every month, and then the right bottom corner should be the total payments left, okay? Determine the order for paying off your debt. Start with the smallest bill, then work your way to the biggest debt. This is called snowball. You're snowballing your debt. Google that on YouTube, how to snowball debt, okay? How to snowball debt. Come up with an extra $100 or $200 a month and apply that towards your bill because you want to snowball your debt. Find ways to create extra income. Get a side hustle, guys. All you guys got talent. There is so many ways You can make money now. You know, people just do crazy stuff. TikTok, people just making crazy videos and getting thousands of dollars from everyday crazy videos. They just sit back and watch people and record them and then upload it on TikTok and getting paid. So, guys, there are thousands of ways that you can make extra money. Apply that extra money towards the smallest bill every month until it is paid off, and pay the minimum amount on all other debt while doing this. Do this for each bill until you have all your bills paid off. Invest your money in stocks, bonds, rental properties, and real estate. Buy as much as you can. Make sure all of your stocks, mutual funds, and investments are offering a 10% or higher return on investment, guys. ROI. You're going to hear this, especially when you're getting your finances together and you start investing. You're going to hear ROI and it's going to start making sense. Return on investments. Okay. YouTube is a university. If anything that you want to know, guys, look on YouTube. Now, you remember I said every Friday I do a mind your own business episode every Friday. Okay. Your money has a language that millionaires can speak fluently. And the reason why I am talking about millionaires is because they have learned to communicate with their money. Okay, so you need to learn to communicate with your money so you can become a millionaire too. And I'm not saying, I hear a lot of people talk negative. I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to live. Everybody want money. Everybody want a better life. You want a better lifestyle whether you say so or not. You do. Deep down inside, you want to live like a millionaire. You just think that you can't because of your current situation. All of us want to have that millionaire status where we can wake up and do what we want to do without checking our bank account, go on vacation, live a better life. We all want that. So you have to learn to mind your own business with your personal finance. Read financial literacy books. They have audio books on YouTube for free. Any type of books that you can read, I'm telling you, they're on YouTube for free. You don't have to buy Audible. You don't have to do none of those. Go to YouTube and get those audio books for free. Listen to financial empowerment radio stations. Watch financial literacy videos on YouTube. Stay up to date on today's economy. This is very important. You want to know what's going on with your money. You want to know about these banks. You want to know about investment strategies. You want to know about your stocks. You don't just want to buy stocks just to be buying them. You want to be educated on how to buy stocks, when to buy stocks, how to invest. Your money is going to make somebody rich. Shouldn't it be you? I mean, really, honestly, shouldn't it be you? We making everybody else rich but ourselves. But shouldn't we think about making ourselves rich, paying ourselves? We pay everybody else. Why we can't think of ourselves as a bill? We can pay ourselves. Very important. Guys, if you want more information about this, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and my website. Okay, my website is, I think I'm gonna list it here. The next, let's see. Yeah, this is my website. So guys, look me up. Okay, look me up on my website, and then YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, Perspective Vision Solutions. Perspective Vision Solutions. And then you can look up on Facebook, PBS Financial Coaching and Services. P as in Paul, V as in Victory, S as in Sam. PVS Financial Coaching and Services. If you would like to be a sponsor or donate to my cause, you can look me up on PayPal, Perspective Vision Solutions. You can donate. I would love for your support to help me provide free videos to help pay for the services that I have, because I have subscriptions and things like that that I have to pay for, to offer this to you guys for free. Okay, I try to educate the masses, educate young adults, educate anybody that want to know. So in order for me to provide this, it costs money. So if you would like to donate to or sponsor me, if you want to invite me to your school or your church or any organization or your job, I would love to come there and do a workshop or a webinar. Or I can do a webinar online. I could do an online workshop. Um, However you want to do it, guys, I am available. I love this. This is my part-time outside of my full-time. So I love to provide education, financial education. Now, don't be shy. Ask me a question. Go away. Go. Type those questions in the comment section. I know you got some questions on some of the stuff that I was talking about. If you do have questions, type those now. And like I said, I think my time is almost up. I had 45 minutes. I'm a little bit over. So type your questions and I will reach back out to you. Um, Guys, have a blessed day. I thank you all for listening to me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment so YouTube can see, Facebook can see, all my social media outlets can see that I am providing great content, and to say that you guys want to see more. So if you subscribe, that way every time I post a new video information, you get a notification of when I do that. So thank you guys. This is your girl, Angenett Curry with PBS Financial Coaching and Services. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful, safe, and healthy day. Bye-bye.